I thank the Deputy Prime Minister of Lebanon for his statement. I now give the floor to Her Excellency Anita Anand, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Canada.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, honored colleagues, the Palestinian question is at the heart of any hope for long-term stability in the Middle East. Despite the complexity of the situation, our collective presence here today reflects strong international support for a negotiated solution, one that ensures Palestinian self-determination and Israeli security, and one that charts a path toward lasting regional peace and prosperity. As Article 1 of the UN Declaration of Human Rights states, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Canada remains firmly committed to a two-state solution, an independent, viable, and sovereign Palestinian state living side by side with Israel in peace and security. Canada supports the Palestinian people's right to self-determination, and we endorse the principle of Palestinian statehood. We shall continue to discuss with the Palestinian Authority the next steps in our relationship. A workable Palestinian state needs legitimate, democratic governance that serves all Palestinian people. Crucially important is the Palestinian Authority's commitment to undertake the comprehensive reforms necessary to govern Gaza and the West Bank. To that end, today, Canada is pledging an additional $10 million this year to accelerate reform and capacity building for the Palestinian Authority. Canada's commitment to a two-state solution is rooted in our desire to see the Palestinian people living with freedom and dignity, and to see Israelis live in peace and security also. In this light, this path is not only the most just course, it is the only sustainable one. À Gaza, la situation humaine.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza is disastrous. Numerous Palestinians are dying from hunger. They're killed as they're trying to obtain food and water, or during a military operation which resulted in numerous victims. And those who survive are exposed to avoidable disease and death. This is unacceptable.
The continued detention of hostages held captive by Hamas since the 7th of October 2023, and we call for their immediate and unconditional release. Hamas must immediately and unconditionally release all hostages. Hamas can have no role in Gaza's future governance. Israel's right to live in peace and security with its neighbors has long been and continues to be a key principle of Canada's Middle East policy. I believe this right must be recognized by all partners who are committed to peace. To this principle must be joined our shared commitment to Palestine's right to live in peace and security also. Joined by international partners, Canada also recently condemned the ongoing civilian suffering. We condemn the inhumane killing of civilians, including children. We condemn the ongoing expansion of settlements and settler violence in the West Bank, and we condemn the forced displacement of the Palestinian population. The actions outlined just now are all violations of international humanitarian law. We urge all partners to continue to support a principled response through non-governmental humanitarian organizations. organizations with proven capacity to deliver humanitarian assistance at scale. Canada has committed more than $315 million in humanitarian aid to Gaza, making us the third largest bilateral donor in response to this crisis. This includes support to the World Food Program to address critical food assistance needs, support to the International Committee of the Red Cross, Red Crescent to provide emergency medical care and protection, support to UNICEF to deliver urgent nutritional supplies to malnourished children, and support to other experienced humanitarian partners and NGOs as well. Today, given the ongoing and urgent need, Canada is making a second announcement. We are announcing an additional $30 million in new money this year for civilians in Gaza. This funding will allow more aid to be pre-positioned in Jordan and the region and ready to be delivered at scale. We thank, in particular, Jordan for their support in ensuring that our aid can pass through the Jordanian corridor. Aujourd'hui, compte tenu des
Today, given the continued needs, we announced $30 million in additional money for the Palestinians in Gaza. This is for the purpose of pre-positioning assistance in the region so as that can be supplied at a scale as soon as logistics allow.
Medical aid to reach those in need, humanitarian partners must be granted safe and unhindered access to civilians in Gaza. But how do we get to a place where recovery and healing can begin? Canada sees this conference as a reaffirmation of principles and a call to action. A lasting political solution requires a permanent ceasefire to begin the hard work of rebuilding institutions, restoring trust, and the conditions for a viable two-state solution. In this regard, Canada commends the effort of Qatar, Egypt, and the United States in looking to secure a ceasefire. No durable solution can emerge without all parties at the table. The Government of Canada will be present with humanitarian aid, and we will play a leading role in building bridges to more aid for Gaza with our international partners. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.